Isn't recording. Okay. Thanks. So this painting name is Impression Sunrise. Yes, and this painting is famous because it gave the name to this whole movement of Impressionism. Yes, and it was a bit comical situation. So Monet, he painted it in I think 1872. Yeah, and then in 2 years there was exhibition, and he brought this painting there. And they asked him to, put the name, and he wasn't sure what to put. He couldn't really give like the name of this place, the port of Havre. So he just said, okay, name it Impression Sunrise. And then the critic came, and of course he wanted to make a negative comment, and he was like, oh, I'm impressed. And then he would say that this painting is like the wallpapers on the wall, they look more finished than this painting. So even it was a bad comment, and of course still it gave lots of popularity of Impressionists. And so this impression name kind of sticked, and later on, so all our favorite Impressionists did it. So let's, if you have this original in front of you somewhere, maybe on spare device, you can see it's really misty feeling. There are like loose brush strokes. There are no strict boundaries. So yes, it's actually the hometown of Monet. He came to visit, and he did a series of paintings of this place, of this port. And that's why we see there are some masts of ships and some other stuff. And he did different. He made it on the sunrise and dusk, dark, light moments. So you can find this painting in different tones as well if you Google. So what else interesting? I think so. The painting is now in Paris in the museum. If one wants to see it, and it was also, I think, stolen once from this museum, but then they returned it on return. Right. So more or less.
The Louvre.
Do you know in which museum is it?
Yes, the name of its Musée Marmottan Monet in Paris.
Ah, okay.
So this is where it's hanging at the moment. And we're not actually doing the pencil sketch today. Yes, but sometimes, of course, we prepare with pencil, but today, this painting really is. We can start. So we will start with preparing some gray tone. We're gonna try to remove all our white space, and it's nice always to mix gray and pink. So of course you can make them kind of black, white, then you have this gray, and then you can control how dark it is, and then you add a dot of pink, and so of course you don't have pink, you add the red, and then with more white, because then in the end it's the same mix. White and red gives you pink. And just wait, mix a little bit more, because kind of we're going to be covering. We're going to cover a bit more dark in the center, and then just can spread out with water to the side. Here I have.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can make it also more light either by adding white, or if you use more water, it becomes more, of course, like transparent. Yeah, you have less paint, but it can also work. So it's like two types, and with time you kind of learn, yeah, which one suits you best. And so of course, like somewhere here in the middle, I put my gray.
Have you added the pink already?
I added, but I feel not so much. So yeah, I can experiment and add a bit more pink. Yeah, but yes, I'm mixing now all together. So gray and pink and white. Yeah, doesn't have to be very thick layer. Yeah, because we're gonna paint on top. So yeah, and I put now first brush strokes, and of course it's thick, the paint that sits on paper, and then I use water and kind of spread it out. Yes, and also don't worry that it's like perfectly straight on the paper. This totally doesn't matter, because on top we're gonna put all these colors. You will almost then once see in the end this gray. Yes, then one usually have question, why should I put it if later, you know, I kind of cover it. But in general, it's a good practice to put some base layer, because it kind of helps with the colors you put later. Yeah, white is a bit kind of too plain, or yeah, it usually comes also like in theory. All the famous artists generally they do like this.
Why is your gray so blue?
It's probably the, I don't know, light or computer effect. So
so it should be mouse gray, yes? Mouse gray.
it's mouse gray, yes.
Okay, then okay, yes. And should we add some water while painting?
I should put a comment. Colors might be, you know, how they usually, when you buy something and they say colors might differ from what you see on the screen.
So all over the paper, or with
Yeah, yes, more or less all over, but yeah, the main part more in the center, and here all around we just kind of can blend out with water, yeah, to avoid the white space. Yeah. So maybe if your mix is finished on the palette, maybe don't have to prepare more and just kind of spread it back. Yeah. What size do you all have? You have A4, don't you? Or you have bigger? Yeah, because it's also different if you use bigger A3 format, and of course you need more time and more paint to do everything. Yeah, what's good with acrylics, they dry quickly. I must say I've started to like much more. I have oils, and sometimes I do something with oils, and I start kind of got so used to acrylics that they dry so quickly that oil is now a bit frustrating. They kind of, you know, if you want the surface dry, you have to wait many days. So in this case, acrylics kind of very practical material. Nice. So yeah, finish, leave it a bit to dry, and then we can.
But you've made the darker part in the middle and the lighter parts around, yes?
Yes, yeah. So when my mix was first and fresh, I put it in the middle somewhere like here in this area where the sun, and then just spread it with the water, you know, because then the mix of paint is finished and it's not so necessary to.
I forgot. Should we put the tape or?
Yeah, well, I have tape around, yeah, for this our white frame. Yeah, sorry if I forgot to mention
Yeah,
it.
but it's too late now, right? Because I have paint on the.
Well, you have gray, yeah, I think all around, but still you can, for example, now cover, and then later maybe it will look also interesting because you will have just light gray, some brush strokes around.
Huh?
Yeah, that maybe it could look interesting because you see, later we all have yellow greenish stuff around. Yeah, it can even look like a gray frame. Let's say. Yeah, why not? Could be. Yeah, so.
I will check if I still have it. I probably don't have it anymore, but then it's okay.
Yeah, sure, go check. Yeah, Marina wasn't painting for a while, so she forgot the
I don't have any more tape. Okay.
I remember you were, Marina, always struggling first to find the tape, and then you found some. Yeah. But okay, we'll have to ship you some tapes. Yeah. What's also interesting, what I was reading about this painting, that so when you see, it looks like the accent and focal point is the sun that is rising. But if you make a black and white copy of this painting, then the sun actually disappears. Yeah, it's actually kind of the same tone as the sky. And that's what it says. So something interesting to study. Yeah, so it's kind of, yeah. So it's drying, but it will be dry soon. Yeah, we can meantime prepare the mix. So what we will do? We will do this purple spot. Yes. Then we will let it dry, and meanwhile we will move to this yellow stuff, and yellow also here on the water a bit. And then we will prepare different greens, yeah, then already to do this some details. Yeah, and then the best moment when it comes for the sun, for the boats, and these stripes. So purple, yes, you guys, Maran and Anna, you have purple. That's very good. Yeah. Yes, so just take it. I suggest mix it with white to get it a bit more faded. Yeah. Because yeah, it just looks more misty. Also, think that when I'm painting, it's kind of calm feeling, misty, yeah, maritime scene, foggy. Yeah, so I've mentioned, this purple I have here got a bit too dark. I will try myself now also have it a bit more calm. So yes.
Is a phthalo blue okay?
Yes. So phthalo blue. Yeah. Do you have also light blue there?
Which blue?
So we'll have to mix. Yes. Red and blue. You're right. But what can happen? That it can become. Yeah, let's mix red and phthalo blue. I will also do like this.
And red?
Red and phthalo blue. That's all right. And if it becomes too dark, try it with the like little spot. And if not, then better take some lighter blue. Yes, it's a bit tricky to get this purple because it also changes, depends what paints I have. I've been constantly struggling because in some paints you kind of take the same colors, but you get different mix. Yes. Okay, the purple looks nice. The photo and red, and then we will add white, kind of a lot of white. Nice, very nice. Yeah, so don't even put much. You see, I've here put just 2 drops, and that's already much because later I need to put more white, and then I need just a little drop of purple. Yes, and yeah. So once you have this purple, those who you guys ready, feel free and start kind of prepare. Yeah, easy, loose brush strokes, no worries, kind of.
And is it in the middle?
Yes, so it is in this part where we have sun and a little bit over. Yeah, it's no worries if you kind of like approximately the space.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah, if it feels like you correct, can add white if it feels maybe, yeah, you want it.
Pinky.
We have to make it more blue.
Yeah.
Yes, when you're mixing, you can either have purple more to the red side, or you can have purple more to the blue side. Yes.
Yeah.
And then you can choose and correct. So here I have, yes, blue and red, I mix it, and then I get something more to the pink side. So then I add more blue, like this I get more dark purple. Yes. Because sometimes I add more red because I want it, let's say when I do the sky, and I want it more, yeah, with this reddish effect, yeah. But this time it's more kind of misty. So yeah, the spot may be also a bit here down where there is. So plan. So here somewhere we'll have sun, and there on the left side from the sun, a bit over the boat, there is also a little bit kind of like reflection or something. Yeah. So
the five is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
yeah, I hope guys you have also the original somewhere in front of your eyes, yeah, to kind of yeah, with eyes to follow it as well.
the purple now.
So yeah, I put purple here in the middle and a little bit here.
Yeah.
Where the boat? So where is this closest to us dark boat? On top of it, there is also some, yeah, some lighter. And the next step will be yellow. And I was also telling to guys, I repeat for Marina, I have gold color, and this is also the one I usually suggest to buy if you're buying some extra paint. So like this paint is gray, and the gold is very nice because I don't have to mix it with nothing. And it is a bit as ochre. Yeah, so of course, you Marina, you have 12 color set. So you should have this ochre.
Yes, the ochre, yes.
Yeah, and so squeeze out a bit of ochre and a bit of medium yellow and see, yeah, maybe even just pure ochre suits you well. Although in the Monet original, it feels a bit bright. Yeah, it feels a bit this yellow. Yeah, it also, of course, I mean, I would suggest use also medium yellow to have it a bit more, let's say, sunshine. Yeah, not maybe too foggy, but. And what we will do now with the brush, we will try not to have it too wet. Yeah, so it means so I'm cleaning it, and then I will dry with the paper towel, because I want to get the brush stroke. Yes, and this is one of the techniques you use either when your brush is wet or you use when your brush is dry. And what you get, so it's simple. Yes, the brush is not painting when it doesn't have water.
The brush. Nee, the brush.
Yeah. So of course, it is a little bit humid. It has a little bit water, but it's not that it's floating. Yes, it's just enough to kind of water to. Yeah. So and I still kind of wipe it out. And experiment. Take maybe, for example, we can take pure medium yellow. Yeah, fill in your brush. And then you can kind of try here. Yeah, and so the point is to get the brush strokes. You see, I'm moving my brush, and somewhere it's painting, somewhere it's not painting. Yeah, and this is exactly kind of, you can see in the Monet, he has this. So the color goes and it stops. Yeah, and this is also help us kind of have this layered gray layer through. Yeah. And here I kind of really play around with my yellow. Please be careful with the purple. Yes, I mean, if you're doing with a dry brush, it shouldn't be much problem. Yes, but if it's too wet and it mixes with purple, it might get dirty, because you remember that purple and yellow, they're opposite colors, and it means when they're mixed together they give some brownish gray. Yeah, so either just kind of avoid, yeah, don't come close if you think, oh, it's a bit too wet. Yeah. And I'm not scared to put a lot of yellow, because later I can easily cover, yeah, with all these greens and blues. Yeah. But still, I'm not trying kind of to cover completely with yellow. Yeah, I'm trying to leave these brush strokes and some movement. Yes, here you can see on the left corner kind of going a bit up, and then a bit more intense here over the sun. It kind of has a bit more yellow. Yeah. And then I'll move also here where the water is. Here also a little bit I have. Yeah. So here where water, I kind of prepare a little bit of yellowish base. So later when I put green, I have a little bit of yellow coming through, and yeah. Maybe can mix also yellow with a little bit of white for the water part, because it's a little bit not so bright. Yes, not so bright as in the sky. Yeah, and then again, always when we're mixing something with white, it's usually more white color than the color we want to mix. Yeah, so I take a pile of white and then a little like touch up of blue or a little touch up of yellow. Yes, on the brush, like the amount of paint. Yeah, it also comes with practice when you mix. Just in the start, it's normal, it happens. Yeah, you get kind of too dark mix, and then you try to correct it. You try to add more white, and then it's harder. You just kind of waste a lot of. Yeah, so try to look at the original and see where you find some kind of yellow spots that are shining through. Yes, and I said, don't worry to get maybe too much yellow, because then it's easily covered. Yes, and if your purple is dry, you can go also over purple. Yeah, but still we try kind of keep a little bit this purple around the sun. Yeah, it has some greenish in there. Yeah, if you look more precise. Oh. I forgot about my gold color. Let's add a little bit. Yeah, so I was adding now just, let's say, medium yellow. It actually looks nice, but if you want, you can try maybe add a few brush strokes of ochre. If it feels too oak, you can try maybe in corner. And if you say, oh, it gives maybe some interesting combination, a bit darker yellow, yes. Maybe not to have it all too shiny. Yeah, or if you put already too much, then just yeah, leave it. Yeah, and of course we're not repeating, and it's also impossible to repeat always perfectly the brush strokes of Monet. Yeah, so kind of just more the position and the feeling. Okay, here's some tone of this. And yes, and the next, try to think about greens and blues. Yeah, so maybe also prepare in front of you what you have. Yes, so you guys have turquoise. That's nice. You can see, yes, it's kind of, yeah, in between. It has like really bluish strokes in the middle. And this background, it's more greenish misty. Yes. So trying to, and then on the water, you see it's more light. It's definitely mixed with the white. So, and Marina, so you imagine you have one green there. So definitely try mixing green and blue. You will get turquoise color. Yes. And you can try mixing, because you have one green, but you have two blues. And
yeah,
you can try create two spots. Yeah, so put the same green in one place, the same green in another, and then in one add the light blue, and then to another add the dark blue. And then you will get two colors that you can play with. Yes, in the painting. That's what exactly I mean. One is more greenish, one is more, yeah. And then these two piles you can also correct with adding white. Yes, in the end you might even get like 4 different tones. And the one with white you can use for water, and the pure mix, just green and blue, you use for the silhouette of port. So let's see what.
Now we're going to make violet.
Now we are taking the turquoise, greenish, bluish. Yeah, so we are moving now for all the strokes of the harbour. Yes, all this greenish stuff around.
Okay.
Yes. yeah, the putting sun in boats is the sweet part. But first, of course, we need to do a bit more work on the rest. Yeah, and don't worry if you say, it looks weird. Believe me, once you put these little boats in sun, then it will balance. It will look better. Yes, so here, for example, Marina, I've mixed also like the only green from the 12 color box, and I mixed with Fatalo, yeah, and it's getting nice. Then you play how much green or how much blue you have. Yes. And so yeah, you kind of plan. So I've mixed this green and blue, and I say, okay, this one goes to the side, let's say. And here, this one a bit with turquoise. Yeah, it can go there in the middle, yeah, where it's more a bit bluish there. Now, so kind of in your brain, you pre-plan and get ready colors. So then you kind of put them in parallel. Yeah, you put one, then put a bit on the other, then come back. Yeah, so here, for example, I'm putting this typical, so just green and Fatalo blue. Yeah, and then I can already kind of start. Yeah, so where is this horizon? On top, it's a bit higher. You see, it's also interesting. It doesn't have one straight line of horizon. The left side is a bit upper. Yeah. And again, I'm using pretty dry brush. Yes, because it's kind of easier to control because it leaves the brush. And then I can control how much it is. Yes. And then maybe straight away I can put some vertical. Yes. And try also not to stick with the details, just more kind of playing around. Yes, I've put something on the left side. And now I'll go to the right side, and yeah, I see it's a little bit kind of lower and yeah, so here where the sun is. Over there.
Still dry brushes, eh? Dry brushes.
Yes. I prefer to have the brush more dry, exactly because of this brush stroke. Also, take a look that in original painting, so where the sun is, and then it has under the sun this kind of some mast of the ship. It's kind of a bit like a triangle, but it's kind of pointing to the sun. So what I can do, yes, I can kind of plan with my eyes where I want my sun to be. And somewhere there under the sun, yeah, a little bit to the right, I plan this triangle. Yes. So what also is good, for example, you filled in your brush with paint and you did some strokes, and continue using your brush even if you have less paint, because it suits you for some parts where you want to have lighter. Yes, so let's say here, maybe closer to the middle, there is some green, but maybe it's not so bright. And I use, yeah, the moment that I've already used some paint from my brush, so I can kind of mark green, but not so intense. Yeah. What I found really good about making copies of famous paintings, that in the end you later don't forget. That one thing is when you see it, then you forget, oh, who painted it? Yeah, but once you kind of did it yourself, like, oh, yeah, I know this. It's a bit like geographical. Once you visit the country or the town, then you always know where it is.
Jane, what is this thing on the left? It's the harbor. So it's kind of like,
yes. So think it is all the harbor, and all these sticks pointing out is the mast of ships. It's actually very commercial and industrial part. It's north of the France, and already in these times of Monet, it already was kind of putting itself as a commercial point. It's really across from England. Yeah, there is the river Seine is exiting there to the La Manche Canal. And yes, so he was painting also a little bit kind of celebrating this industrial and the progress of so yes, when you paint, think of that's what it is painted there. Yes, and now I'm adding also, for example, I have turquoise. I added also maybe just pure turquoise somewhere. Here you can see in the middle of the painting, there are a bit more bluish spots. Yeah, so I'm going, there's also go over purple. Yeah, we don't want separate spot of purple, of course. We kind of, start going on top of it. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what color do you have now?
So now I have turquoise, yes, straight from the tube. So what you do, try, so if you mix green with light blue, then you should get this turquoise, yes? Then it's just kind of the same, turquoise can be dark and light. And if it still looks dark, add a tiny bit of white, but a bit, so not to get it too pale. It's still kind of more dark, but just to have it a bit more light bluish, or add light blue. And
for which part?
And this part is right in the middle. So if you have the Monet original in front of you, yes, it's, so I'm putting, I still can't even, it's not really like Monet. Monet has, you can really separate. It's like really bluish, this part in the middle. This, you see, like, so here on the left there are masts, and then there are blue spots, and then coming into this purple there is horizontal. Oh, now it's a bit too bluish.
Here. Okay.
So it's still in the combination of all this harbour stuff. Just of course we don't want to make just one green. At least 2 different tones, or of course play with more. Yes, because you can use white, and then you can have more. Oh. Yes, and then of course don't forget, go also down to the water. I still haven't managed, but when you have one color mix, you kind of look, okay, where else it is on the painting. It is here where the masts are, and okay, there is something also where the water is, but maybe less. Yeah, so to this mix of phthalo and green, I've added light blue, and it got me this better, and this more similar.
Violett, ja. Oh ja, hier you have it. Das ist schon richtig gemacht.
Jen,
Yes.
I don't know if it's easy to explain, but this central part, do you leave a space there, or do you just make the horizontal line continuous? Where you have the purple?
Yes. So where I have purple,
Can
so-
I show you?
yes,
Here?
yes. Yeah, yeah. Show me. I'll try if I can see.
Should I close this space?
Yes, yes. So yes, let's close. Yeah. So don't leave just yeah. Still it's kind of line, but it's a bit jumping line. Yeah. So left side goes a bit up. Then here in the middle, I have this more bluish line. Then there is kind of where the sun is, jumps a bit lower, and then it ends with this other green part on the on the right. And so it's continuous, and it's also as what I was mentioning, when you already have little paint on your brush, you can use it to go a bit also over this purple. Yes, so not to have it so too clean, and kind of leave few these brush strokes also. Yeah, so kind of also blend in between what we did with purple and yellow. Yes, I kind of just leave some from this greenish brush strokes. Yeah. So I still have this, of course, purple, but a bit. And so, yeah, we play around where the sky is. For the water part, there, it's okay to mix with more white or yellow. Yeah, so you can actually mix some your green mix with yellow and go with this yellowish greenish there. And also you can see this very light blue. Yeah, so this is one with the white, but it's not really on the sky part. Yeah, so be careful. Sometimes you want to have it lighter and you mix with white, and then it kind of yeah, screams out a bit of yeah, but also, for example, like put some color, then jump to another space, yeah, then come back, then later on the palette. Now with so much mixing, yeah, you will get already different tones, yeah, that you can come back and use again. Yeah, so. Yeah, so now I have mixed my turquoise with white, and I'm doing this light blue sides. Yes, on their both right, left side, and the middle. You can see this on the water light turquoise, and in between of them, it's more kind of green and yellow mix. Okay. Yes, and also, for example, I don't put just these 3 separate spots. I do few brush strokes, yes, also kind of a bit lower in between, a bit over this. Let's mix green and yellow, yeah, but not so much yellow. just make green a bit more warmer. Yeah. And then I can come back and repeat this, separate darker brush strokes of water yeah, with the darker mix. Yeah, so it's also, of course, very good exercise on mixing colors. Two.
So schnell.
Mhm.
So a bit too fast.
Evgenia is going too fast.
Yes, this is another thing you should feel free to say. Maybe stop, wait, not so fast. Yes. Thank you, Anna, for reminding. I will let the dog in into the room. Yes, standing up is very good, Anna. You have a natural feeling. It's easier to paint. Yeah, because you can do steps back.
Yeah. Die Farben, die leuchten dann.
Mhm.
Die Farben sind leuchten dann. Your colors are very light, more light.
Say again.
Your colors are so bright, or not?
Oh, well, yes, I have a big window and it's daytime, of course, here. And
Yes.
actually, no, yes, when I used to paint in Latvia, I can even see the videos I made of paintings from Latvia. They're so dark. And here, of course, it's very light. I will miss this light on my paintings. It actually even makes it better because if the painting doesn't look so good, the effect of very bright window is helping. And imagine it's very cloudy today, kind of half raining. So when it is the sun, I even close windows and the curtains, and it's still all done. Yeah, don't get kind of too tired. Yes, if you feel like, oh, all this green, yeah, can take rest, and we can add maybe these details of sun and boat. It will make also kind of a feeling that yeah, okay, something starts to show up, and then come back for these greenish strokes.
Zhenya, if we feel like for us it's already enough? Can we stop?
Yes, of course, of course. Yes, you're the one who has this feeling.
I'm afraid of.
No, being afraid is not the but usually, yes, one always has this inside, yeah, something like, or if you see you are doing worse, yeah, then that's a good sign to stop. Yeah, so let's wait if Anna Moran says, okay, we can do all together sun and the boat. And then if it feels too, we can add a bit more of, yeah, of other green bluish
Do we
lines.
have to cover all the mouse gray?
Say again, what about gray?
Do we have to cover all our gray color?
In the end, I get almost all gray gone, yeah, but
Okay.
I mean, if you have some showing through, I think it's all right. Doesn't it won't look bad, yeah? So Marina, you have orange that is, I think, directly from the tube. Yeah, so you can grab it and we can do the sun.
Mine is called Deep Azo Yellow Deep. Is that the right one, or should I? Orange yellow.
Or orange, yeah, I think orange looks better. Even if it's too orange, you can add a little bit of red in it. Yeah, just squeeze it out and see if you like it. If it looks a bit like,
I think this one.
yeah, like Monet.
And that is for the sun.
And this is for the sun, yes, and for the reflection. Yes, or also, for example, I do a little bit of this greenish on where the sun gonna be. Yes, so not just pure purple. Yeah, just kind of loosen up a bit the spot with some this greenish. Yeah, if you have some leftovers, kind of. Yeah, what also works good. For example, we are working now with lots of dry brush strokes, and in some point you can, when it's dry, you can take some, let's say, greenish tone, make your brush watery, and just kind of go and cover, and it can create, you know, some kind of, it kind of fills up the spaces in between. Yeah, it doesn't cover completely, so, you know, to remove your brush strokes, but it helps to kind of, you know, set together. Yeah, I use it also very, very often. I take some tone, make it waterish, and put it as if halfway transparent layer on top. Yeah. So can try this as well.
And the sun?
And the sun, yes, let's go for the sun. Sorry, I got stuck with the my green. All right, Anna Moran, shall we do the sun? Yes, the guys are also still with the. Yes, so give me half minute. Marina, I'll mix my orange. So red, yellow. Here's my orange. All right, that's not a hard So just a circle. Just put. Yeah, you can even turn your brush like kids were doing. Remember, like turning your brush, and then it makes this correct circle. Yeah, if your brush like depends on the size. And then you can leave it dry a bit, because then later you can get on top better color. Yeah, because if it's wet and you try put more and more paint, it's just kind of taking some paint away. So just, let's go to this down part of reflection. So again, some just dry brush strokes of orange. Yeah, a bit more intense in the start, more loose to the bottom. Yeah, I can put orange and can put a bit maybe pure yellow in between as well. Or maybe an orange and some pure yellow and pure red. And, well, at least that's what I see in Monet. But maybe not so.
Do you have an A3 or an A4?
I have A4.
Ah, okay.
Yes, I asked you in the start which one you have, and you have big one.
Yeah,
now, of course, it takes much more time. Of course, yes, yes. But you see, Marina rushed me for the sun. But no worry, guys. Take your time. I will. Yeah. Yes, of course, it changes a lot. Yeah. But in the end, you will have a big picture. If it turns up, you can put on the wall, and yeah.
Exactly. You need to have a big house.
So Marina, using this, yeah, feel free when you do these reflections of the sun, kind of sit the paint more, yeah, to have more paint on your brush and just sit these orange strokes so they are more bright, so they don't just get too pale.
Yes, yes, I like how it turned out in my case. And added some ochre.
Mm-hmm. After, if you put this reflection of the sun, you might want to come back and do some green strokes again on top, yeah, because it might get too much orangey. So just kind of again in between a bit of, so they're interrupting. Yeah, so on the marine, you might also, yeah, I imagine that you have a big format, yeah, but like if you do sun or ships, it can be like a little bit like a rest, you know, from the green, because one of course gets tired. And it also helps them kind of, once you have these yeah, details. Yeah, no, the barking is on my side. Sorry.
I'm starting to lose battery. I will connect. Okay.
Yes,
I'll be back.
Yeah.
Is that your sabaka?
Yes, this is the sabaka leaf, and it's some noise outside.
It says hello.
The sabaka goes to check. How you say sabaka in Polish? Is it the same?
Yes.
Ah, nice.
That's a rock.
Mm-hmm.
I know this word.
Yes, you can ask me, yeah, how, like, how you're doing, or if you need any assistance.
Well, we could share our paintings, or we could show it, or not yet.
No, I mean, if you're working all good, yeah, but if you maybe stuck and yeah, with something, then of course you can take photo and share, or we share all in the end.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah, it's like not a must, so only if.
So you do the boats?
Yes, I started with the boats because it also helps then kind of come back later to these greenish strokes, because then you know kind of already where there's some shadow of the boat. And so of course this main boat more dark, then this second boat is a bit more pale. Yeah, so for the first boat I took just directly this Payne's gray. You can take black, And for the second one, the same, but a bit more diluted in the water. Yeah, so just a bit more, not so intense. Yes, and then since I have the boats, I can kind of come back and rework some these greenish touches, yeah, because then you can spot, okay, there is a bit more dark around the boats. Yeah.
And those are two people?
Yes, I see one people standing and kind of holding some stick, and the other person sitting in the boat. Yeah, so one is kind of shorter, it's just less, and one is taller. Yes, it's of course also practical to have, I have many brushes. For example, at the moment I'm painting like with 5 brushes, because then one is more dirty, one is cleaner, yeah, and so one can also, if you have one brush, it just takes more time. You want to watch it, and then if later you decide, oh, I want to go back again to green, so let's say I have one, it's all with greenish, and the other one, yes, I did the orange. So yes, and if it's the people, then I can kind of do a bit of revision, yeah, maybe kind of add these details of these masts. Yes. Yes, here also where the sun, there also sun, and they also make like a bit accent on the sun itself.
And these waves, this is black?
Yeah, the figures are in black.
You're using black for these shadows, waves on the wall?
A little bit, yes. So where this first boat, it has few black strokes, but so I did these black water strokes just under boat. The rest ones, I'm coming back again to my dark mix of green and blue, yes, and just adding, yeah, a bit more dark. Yeah, but black only where the boat is, yeah, not, don't put too much black around the painting. Yeah, it will look dirty, it will look like not. It's better you take the intense mix, yeah, even if it's just like this green and blue, yeah. They will look dark, but they won't look dirty as. Yes, and we check there is some also green in the sky, for example. Yeah? So if Marine is also already doing the revision, yeah, then.
What are you doing on the sky?
So I also here there are, well, I see there are some green strokes in the sky, but of course I do it with very little paint and brush and dry brush. It's kind of when I paint and I feel okay, my brush is not painting anymore. So this is the moment I go and do this touch-up. Yes, because I know it will not do much.
Exactly.
So yeah, but it will still add a little bit of yeah. So it's not just purely yellow there. Yeah, it's you can see it's there is a bit. Yeah, and even if you do it, you touch with your brush and then it's like, oh, too much. Yeah, you can quickly also remove it with water. And for example, I see a little bit also pink above the sky and above the purple. Yeah, so where this purple spot, sun, and where this yellow thing is starting. And I see there a little bit of pink. And I think it's nice because it's kind of clean. Yeah. Because it's also like sunrise, so maybe people so often you paint sunset that I must admit I don't really know with the sunrise to study more sunrise. Yeah, okay, I think maybe a bit too like too white. Okay. Yeah, so maybe like pure pink, not maybe a bit more purplish. Yeah, now for example, I came back a bit to yellow and I see there are some kind of yellow reflections on the water. Yeah, so it's also, for example, if you see you've darkened too much the painting, yes, did too much dark green strokes, you can come back, take pure yellow and just kind of do a few strokes. Yeah, it will once kind of lighten up the light. Yeah, then yeah, so we can see also the signature of Monet in the left corner. Maybe you want to put your one.
Yes.
I mean, it's just, kind of But it's also part of artist process. I always forget. I almost never put in the chair, and then people would tell me, "Yeah, you should put it." But of course, not in this case because we're making a coffee, so it's. Yes. Yes, I'm very excited to see how you're doing, guys.
When would you like us to?
Well, I'm curious how your Monet turns out.
I can send in 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, once you're ready,
Because the thing is, I have a small paper, so A4. If I keep painting on top, I think it will become a mess.
Yes, that's also, of course, you should. Doesn't mean you have to continue as the lesson goes. Yeah, you stop and. Yeah, and it also, of course, also depends if you have small formats, and then it's good to have, of course, small brushes. Yeah. Yes, also sometimes taking picture helps you also because it looks very different on photo, and it helps often like the same when you step back and see from far away. Yes, with the photo one also can kind of spot maybe some some parts that maybe I call them always jumping out. You kind of feel you look at the painting and something is either too light or too dark, or and then of course when you're sitting close, maybe not so easy to see it.
Yeah.
So and on my side, so I can see also the screen where my painting is, and it works really impressively. I can at once spot where I'm doing wrong, because kind of the screen shows me from really far away, and it's really
I'll try to take it. I'll send in the group.
all right. Yeah, let's take a look.
But it's a bit dark. But maybe it's still okay to see.
Aha, Marina. Yes. All right. I like very much this turquoise under the bones. Yes. This part, I suggest leave it. Yeah. Also this yellow next to turquoise, and then going up to the sun. This one you managed, yeah, very, very nicely. What I would suggest, we can do something about this on the left side, all these masts. Yeah, they look like, okay, I think it's not visible on the screen, so I'll just try to explain. So they all look такие палочки, да, одинаковые, yeah? So let's take just a little bit more green on the brush and just kind of break them out. Yes. So,
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a little bit there in the middle to just cover them, and some of them will stay, but kind of this centered body, it's still like a mess. It's still like one spot. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It has to be.
And the right side also, we can do a little bit like this. Yes. So just kind of fluffy up these horizontal lines. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Marine sending also. Ooh, Marine is an artist. Take a look. Yes.
To fake everything, yes.
Oh, very beautiful. This blue color in the middle. That's very nice. And also
What?
These two blues in the middle, very beautiful. Yes, very nice. This clean and similar like Marina. You got this middle part, very, very nice. Yes, also the boat. And yeah, not bad at all. I'm impressed totally. Yeah, no, if the sun.
Oh, it was me. Oh, sorry.
Du musst in der
What happened?
Du musst keinen Zoom hier anmachen.
Some technology.
Du musst es nur in der App-Gruppe. Vielleicht hast du die App-Gruppe nicht.
Check ich das hier.
Ja. Und dann leite ich das weiter. Ja.
Oh yeah, I should invite Anna also to the group if she wants, of course. And
Yes, of course, yeah.
good. And then Marine will share me your number. Oh, Anna, yeah, you're also an artist.
You like it?
Yes. If you allow me comment, I would like similar like this middle. Yes, this purple part is a bit too empty. Yes, maybe like few bluish strokes. Yes. Let's see. So right above the boat, right above the middle boat. Yes, this it's very nice color. This a bit more reddish purple. Yes.
Yeah.
But just because it's a bit contradicting with the spot of the sun. Yeah. So if we just break it with few blue lines,
Yes.
yeah, then I think it's because now it's kind of you look there and it's empty. Yes.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. But yeah, and especially if you took A3 format, congrats guys. Yeah, you're doing a hard job.
Yeah, a lot of painting they're doing.
Very intense. Yeah, no rest.
No break.
Yeah, and Anna did very nice sun and reflection. Yes, it's mixed.
Yes.
Yellow, red, and the sun and yes. Yay! Wow. I'm happy. You did so good. Of course, I'm usually worried. So yeah. So now we can take harder something. No, Marina says no.
This is my hardest level.
Yeah, Marina, you yeah.
I missed a lot of.
Yeah, so as I said, feel free, you can drop in the chat, yes, any day if any painting comes up, yeah, across, and then, yeah, as a suggestion.
Or Gina, sorry, do you know maybe paintings from Marc Chagall?
Oh, the Marc Chagall, Marina, you just read my my thoughts. Yesterday I painted one of the Marc Chagall of his famous flying lovers. Yeah, and
Is it?
yeah, it's called so where he and Bella they're flying over the town.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm sure you know it. I can drop the original into the chat. So I was using this one to prepare the lesson for the Valentine's Day. Yeah, because the topic is kind of lovers, and yeah, but I modified it a bit, and instead of, because Marc Chagall he grew up in the little town of Russia, and he put there these houses, yeah, this wooden with this roof, and so I've changed. I put a Berlin silhouette there. Maybe I should have done Hamburg. Sorry, but yeah. So yeah, but I like Marc Chagall. So this is original that I've sent, of course. Yeah, feel free if there is another one of Marc Chagall that the name is, I think, Birthday, and he's like thinks his, and it also feels like he's flying around her. Also looks nice, yeah. So just feel free to drop. Aha, yeah. I see you did the.
A bit of blend.
Yeah, I would also actually, it's not bad, but I would go also maybe a little bit more with this green into the purple. Yeah, it's also again just to break a little bit this flat spot. Yeah, it's like really don't touch the sea part. The sea part is really amazing. This green, blue, yeah, and next to this yellow and red looks very, very nice. Yeah, it's again just to, so you kind of can leave this purple around the sun, but on this left side, yeah, where all the cranes are, just kind of continue the cranes with like few horizontal lines in this purple, and just to make it smaller a bit, makes this purple part a bit smaller.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, very good, very nice. Yes. What artists do you like, Anna? Do you like Van Gogh? Van Gogh, of course, everyone's favorite. Or Marijn, do you like Van Gogh? As a Dutch, you should feel.
What kind of artists are they?
Yeah.
To
paint.
To paint.
Rembrandt.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to answer right away.
I have to think about it one moment.
Yeah, of course. No worries. It's just I'm collecting wishes. Yeah, so Marina was already expressed, Marc Chagall, and yeah. So if you want, Marina, you can choose. So any other painting of Marc Chagall apart of this flying one, because this one will go there for February. So you can feel free to choose one. He has, I think, I remember he has this with the red horse, but as it's considered to be a bit more communist, and I think this painting in France they didn't accept this painting because, of course, it was a bit political and now. And
I will check, but I think the one you sent is also really.
Yeah, well, the one I sent is, of course, it's like the icon. It's like the most recognizable of Chagall. And I've discovered a very good YouTube channel. It's called Oh My Art. It's in Russian, And
Mhm.
it's recently had 2 episodes about Marc Chagall. Really interesting to watch. They're not long, and the woman, she's talking very interesting. She's visiting the museums itself, and she tells shortly, very interesting. Yeah, so you can check.
Nice.
Yeah, so I mean, of course, for Russian speaking, but I found this channel and I got hooked. So it's kind of
That's interesting. I will try to check it out. Yeah.
yeah. I will send now about the Chagall because I looked it recently.
Mhm.
Now I have an idea. I would like to copy Matisse.
Matisse, yes. Matisse is also yes. So I've dropped this YouTube story about Chagall, and then you can follow this. Yeah, on my art, and inside you'll see it's a lot.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's very nice. Okay,
Thank you.
Matisse. Yeah, recently we did. I have a kids group, and we did this cat and the fishes. It was very nice, very colorful. Yes. So let's see. Yeah, I don't have it on my phone. Yeah, but yeah, Matisse is also I like because he's very colorful. That's I like about it. Like this in intense colors. All right, I'll stop recording. Really.